Oscar De La Hoya getting ready to take on Giorgio Campanella in our main event. De La Hoya undefeated, Campanella undefeated. This for the WBO Junior Lightweight Championship of the world. There aren't too many fights where you get two fighters in a title fight climbing into that ring with undefeated records. But many look with a questioning eye at Giorgio Campanella because they're just not sure about his opposition that he has fought so far. Here's Ray Leonard waving to the fans as he gets introduced by Michael Buffer, and as always gets a big hand from the fans in attendance. This is the MGM Grand Garden, which opened up, by the way, this hotel, the MGM Grand, the newest hotel in Las Vegas, largest hotel in the world, opened up in December. And here comes Giorgio Campanella, the challenger for junior lightweight honors, undefeated in 20 bouts, from Crotone, Italy, on the southeast coast of Italy. A member of the 1988 Italian Olympic team, lost in the second round of the Olympic Games to the eventual gold medalist, Andreas Zullo of Germany. Campanella greased up already and sweating already, so he's worked up a good sweat before he even comes into the ring tonight, so he'll get in there warm. So they greased him up well before he came out. See, with his workout, he'll stay warm. You can see it's going right through his robe. Campanella has scored 13 KOs. Described as a pressure fighter, and we really haven't seen if Campanella is in fact the real thing, how De La Hoya will react to a pressure fighter. He's not been in there with a real pressure fighter, a guy who'd be in his face from the first round through the end of the fight, from start to finish. If Campanella can pull that off, it'll be interesting to see how De La Hoya responds. Giorgio Campanella, 24 years old. They say this date has been circled in red on many a calendar in Italy. Began boxing at the age of 12. Left home at the age of 15, 3 years later, so that he could train full-time in boxing. Captured the National Amateur Championship in Italy at the age of 15. Next year, he became the Amateur Italian Lightweight Champion. And at 18, won the European Junior Championships. Not long after that, on to the Olympic Games in 1988 in Seoul, Korea. He stayed amateur, by the way, after the Olympic Games for a while. Fought in the European Championships after that, winning a bronze medal and then a gold medal at the European Police Games in 1989 in London. 83-7 as an amateur, finally turning pro where he has racked up 20 consecutive victories. And as befits his anonymity in the United States, he enters the ring to almost stone silence. Campanella, colorfully adorned in the colors of Italy. It's referee Joe Cortez who was over to visit with him. Next we will see the champion, the handsome young face of champion Oscar De La Hoya. It is Oscar's custom to carry into the ring the flags of both Mexico and the United States. And the reason why he is such a charismatic figure is that he has crossover appeal to both cultures. Here's De La Hoya against Narciso Valenzuela last October. It was in this fight, by the way, that he went down for the first time in his career. Against Hicks, it was a case of too much, very quick. And then against Jimmy Bredal from Denmark, then the champion of the WBO. As you can see, he opened up very strong in the fight. He had Bredal down in the first round, again in the second, 4 knockdowns on the way to winning the title, after which he saluted the fans. That was at the Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles, California. He won the championship. Just watching, interested enough. Now De La Hoya goes from corner to corner, waves to his fans. All right, we take a look at how these two fighters stack up against each other statistically. De La Hoya and Campanela, not much to choose in age. But look at the height advantage for De La Hoya. 3 inches in height, 7 inches in reach advantage for De La Hoya. They both weigh the same, and it's hard to believe when you see the two standing up next to each other. The rules of the WBO now, at this fight sanctioned by the WBO, 10-point must system. The 3 knockdown rule will be in effect. No standing 8 count. The fighter can be saved by the belt in the last round only, and only the referee can stop the fight. All right, here's Michael Buffer now with the introduction to the fighters.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, along with your undisputed, undefeated King of Beers, Budweiser, proud to be your bud, present the featured bout of the evening. This bout is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman Dr. Elias Ghanem, Commissioners Nat Carasali, Luther Mack, Dr. James Nave, and Crispin Rivera, Executive Director Mark Ratner, 3 physicians at ringside, Dr. Flip Homansky, Dr. James Wish Game, and Dr. Robert Boy. The timekeepers are James Cavan and Mike Lachella. This bout is also sanctioned by the World Boxing Organization, President, former light heavyweight champion Jose Torres, WBO supervisor at ringside, Francisco Valcarcel. The 3 judges scoring this bout on a 10-point must system are Paul Thomas, Chuck Jampa, and Bill Graham. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand, the world's largest hotel and casino and theme park located right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, let's get ready to rumble! The WBO Junior Lightweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee, working for the 65th time in a world title bout, Joe Cortez. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks with red trim and weighing in at 130 pounds. He comes to us from Crotone, Italy. His professional record, 20 victories, 13 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the #1 ranked undefeated contender in the world, Giorgio Campanela. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the burgundy trunks with white trim, also weighing in at 130 pounds. This 1992 Olympic gold medal champion is 12-0 as a professional with 11 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the pride of East Los Angeles, California, the Golden Boy, the WBO Junior Lightweight Champion of the World, Oscar de la Hoya.
Gentlemen, we went Nicolai Camerino. Okay. Give me a good, clean fight. Shake hands. Good luck.
All right, very simple instructions from referee Joe Cortez. And we're ready for our main event. WBO junior lightweight title on the line. Oscar De La Hoya, unbeaten in 12 fights, defending his crown for the first time against Giorgio Campanela. All of our champions tonight in the Rising Stars card made their first defenses of their crown. And De La Hoya comes out with a strong right to start things off. Left hook by Campanela sends De La Hoya down and a hard knockdown. A stunning beginning to this fight. A clean left hook by Campanela. De La Hoya taking a mandatory 8-count from Joe Cortez. What a left hook. We could be in on one of the real upsets of recent years if Campanela can continue this. De La Hoya is a 15-1 favorite, and he's down again. But referee Joe Cortez says no knockdown. Remember, the 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Campanela straight forward, trying to apply the pressure. In the fight against Narcisco Valenzuela, De La Hoya was down in the first round, and he came back to knock out Valenzuela in that same first round. Keep that in mind as this evolves. But Campanela all over De La Hoya here in the early going. That was a solid knockdown from a tremendous left hook from Campanela, who is moving forward. The fans here in a state of near panic. They can't believe it. They're trying to rally De La Hoya now, who was all smiles before the fight, but that smile has been wiped off his face here early. Campanela moving in, trying to apply the pressure. De La Hoya trying to get that jab working. Now De La Hoya trying to open up a little bit more. Backing away, though, as Campanela comes in. There's that jab of De La Hoya as he tries to go back to boxing basics, just pushing out his right hand. There comes De La Hoya. Now Campanela answers back with a right. An absolutely startling beginning to this fight as De La Hoya goes down in the first minute of the bout. And that was no flash knockdown. Just under a minute to go in round 1. Campanela attempting to apply pressure, but now De La Hoya finding out that he can connect with jabs on Campanela. He appears quite confident, although he's beginning to eat that jab of De La Hoya quite a bit. Campanela moving forward, now sliding his head away to try to avoid the jabbing efficiency of De La Hoya. Just missing with the left hook is Campanela. De La Hoya wild with his punches, trying to stage a rally. Fans roared, but those punches were not effective. There's a right hand by De La Hoya. That stops Campanela in his tracks. Now Campanela again throwing power punches in close. There's the bell, end of round 1, and a stunning first round here at the MGM Grand as the champion. Oscar De La Hoya goes back to his corner, having been the victim of a solid knockdown in round number 1. Robert Alcazar with his instructions.
Box this guy. Come on, play around. Don't just leave it there, okay? I want you to box this guy. Don't stay in there right now.
All right, we'll take a look at what happened now. Campanela slides to his left and then explodes the left hook on the face of De La Hoya, and down he goes. Solid punch, perfectly placed. Look at how far those legs are spread by Campanela. There's the left hook, and down goes De La Hoya for the second time in his professional career.
Let's go.
De La Hoya was really rocked, legs flying into the air. Round 2. WBO Junior Lightweight Championship. Campanela, who was described by everybody as just as a mystery man. No one seemed to trust that 20-0 record, but he was pretty impressive there in round 1. He's going to have to figure out how to deal with the reach, though, of De La Hoya. Once De La Hoya got to jabbing in that round, he did much better. Hoya might be well served to keep snapping out that jab the way he is there. To keep the shorter Campanela at bay if he can. There's a good combination by De La Hoya. Campanela looks at him, hot dogs a little. Campanela looks like a rough, tough kid. Left hook a little bit low by De La Hoya, and now Cortez tells him to keep the punches up. De La Hoya successfully keeping Campanela at the end of his punches now, keeping him away. There's that jab, the stick. That would seem to be the proper strategy to use. Again, there's the jab. And he just stops Campanela in his track. De La Hoya really getting that jab to work. Campanela must learn to deal with that and figure out a strategy of how to get away from that. Right now, he's beginning to taste the leather of Oscar De La Hoya. Who will no doubt, even if he wins this fight, hear some criticism after this bout, the way he did after his title-winning effort against Jimmy Brito. Expectations are so high for De La Hoya that unless he wins every fight extremely convincingly, he hears from the critics. Now he's backed up by Campanela. Combination from De La Hoya. And as Campanela tries to counter those, he's falling short with his punches because of the disparity in the reach. Now De La Hoya's accuracy beginning to pick up, and then Campanela in trouble, goes down. He also hit Campanela as Campanela was on his way to the canvas. Campanela beats the count, but his legs are wobbling. Fighter can be saved by the bell only in the last round. Remember that if Campanela should go down here in the late going. He's in trouble now as De La Hoya puts it on the right hand by De La Hoya. Campanela down again. Now he must get up. Here come his handlers into the ring, but Campanela does beat the count and he's carried back to his corner. The cornermen of Giorgio Campanela arguing vehemently with referee Joe Cortez about two things. First of all, they felt that Campanela was hit when he was down with the first knockdown, and they're hit after the bell.
Come stai? Naso? Dammi l'asciugamano.
Giorgio Campanela in real trouble in that second round. And there he's being hit. As you can see, he's down. Campanela would seem to have a beef about that one. Getting hit on top of the head actually put him down, but you could see him starting to get a bit jaded before that. Now as we go to the end of the round, there's the right hand by De La Hoya that put him in trouble, a big flurry, and down he went. So what would figured as a 10-8 round by Campanela in round one, immediately 10-8 the other way for De La Hoya in round two. De La Hoya starting fast, Campanela already in trouble. And ready to go again as he sags into the ropes, and he's down for the third time. 4, 5, 6, 7. Campanela 8. He's been down 3 times, and De La Hoya now in total control after a scary first minute in the fight. Campanela's legs appear to be gone. He's down again. Towel comes in. Fight is over. Oscar De La Hoya survives a rocky opening minute and a knockdown to come back and finish off Giorgio Campanela in round number 3. And De La Hoya going from corner to corner to salute his fans. A popular winner here tonight. A game effort by Campanela, who shocked everybody in the first round by putting De La Hoya flat on his back. De La Hoya kept his composure, and what he did was try to just get back to boxing basics and fundamentals, get his jab to work first, and when he was able to do that and to keep the challenger at bay, then everything else began to open up for him. 4 knockdowns, We take a look now at the first knockdown of this last round. The third, De La Hoya came out with the intention to finish him off. Body shot sent Campanela down. His legs were unsteady from the bell. As we take a look at a different angle, this is the same knockdown now. De La Hoya unloading with power, sending Campanela into the ropes. Now watch the body attack. 2 left hooks to the body, sending Campanela down. So De La Hoya mixing it up well there. We'll take a look at the same knockdown. The original battering to the head, but then Oscar brings it down low. 2 body shots to the right side of the body of Campanela, sending him down. That was the third knockdown in the fight. And now the fourth, and what proved to be the final knockdown of the bout. Campanela's legs just completely gone. De La Hoya actually hitting him on top of the head. That one to the side of the head, put him down. Legs bent underneath him. Towel flew in from the corner of Campanela, and that was the end of the fight. We take a look again at the last knockdown. As you can see, those legs just couldn't track underneath Campanela. After that first knockdown, he really had no legs left. And De La Hoya was unmerciful once he had his opponent in trouble. Campanela looking over into his corner. We take a look from still another angle at that last knockdown. De La Hoya pouring it on. There goes the left hand to finally finish him off as the right leg buckled underneath him. And you saw the towel come from the corner of the game challenger, Giorgio Campanella, who came out in the opening minute of the fight and floored Oscar De La Hoya with a brilliantly thrown left hook. A solid knockdown, but De La Hoya was able to recover from that, score 4 knockdowns himself in beating Campanella. Here's Michael Buffer.
Still, the undefeated WBO Junior lightweight champion of the world, the pride of East LA, the golden boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
The happy winner, Oscar De La Hoya, has his arm raised in triumph by referee Joe Cortez.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for this young man who came here to fight tonight from Italy? Let's give him a hand. Giorgio Campanella.
The challenger, the beaten challenger, having the gloves taken off his hands. But the fans got what they came to see, which was Oscar De La Hoya in triumph here this evening.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, June.
First round to see De La Hoya flat on his back from that left hook. And as you can see, De La Hoya motioning to his corner saying, this kid can hit. It would appear as though Oscar De La Hoya is simply too big, too strong, much too powerful for anyone in this division. But he is not going to stay at 130. He is going to move up.